Ladies and gentlemen, we already had one amazing eternal bond a week ago, but now it's time to enjoy another. And so, greetings people of the world, Matthew back with you here in Overall Autism for this special bonus video for the Final Fantasy XIV Tales of Eorzea vlog here on the Exodus server. Accompanied by their fellow Free Company members and friends, who came to this ceremony of eternal bonding dressed as dragoons because we encouraged them to take up the craft. They have graced us with their presence, and so we are very happy to have Olivier and Corinne take the ceremony of eternal bonding with a dragoon theme to it. So we encouraged our Free Company members to get to level 50 at least and become dragoons, and for those who were not able to make it in time, we still asked them to come with a lance in hand, and that they could join us for this occasion. So, Olivier and I definitely wanted this to be certainly a unique ceremony of eternal bonding, and so we're very grateful to have had this experience last night. So, this was recorded last night, and so Olivier and Corinne now had the opportunity to take their own ceremony of eternal bonding a week after Lief Nightbane and Anika Fire did. And because of this, we asked Lief and Anika to do something special for us. We asked them to serve as Corinne and Olivier's best man and maid of honor. Now, I don't know if this is something that has typically been seen done in ceremonies of eternal bonding, but we asked the two of them to do so. And as you can see, everyone was very excited for what was about to happen. And so I had the opportunity to take Olivier through what we were going to be doing for the final preparations, and we both agreed on what Corinne was going to have selected for the event. So I took him through everything that we needed to do, checked the book, had Corinne choose your own preferences, and then that gave the opportunity for the guests to make their way into the Ivory Chapel to enjoy this ceremony of eternal bonding, which I have to say was something that we were looking to do things a little differently. I mean, it was already going to be a dragoon themed ceremony of eternal bonding, but we wanted to go to do it with a different manner as far as the celebration of it was concerned. We did not choose the choir Moogle, which means we did not do the kiss. We wanted to make this a more solemn event. And so that's what Olivier and I chose to do. So here Corinne's just giving her final instructions and is asking everyone if they're ready to go on this incredible journey together. And as you can see, I have a lot of macros set up because I had a lot of things that I specifically wanted to have said by Corinne during the ceremony. And so all preparations were completed, and it was time for the ceremony to begin. Welcome, dear friends and loved ones. We are gathered here today to join two kindred souls in holy union. Olivier McClure and Corinne LaRenne. And so with that, the ceremony was underway. And as you can see, our celebrant is a female Alizin as well, and we wanted to have this one, as I mentioned. But she does say a lot, in fact, so much that you can't read it all at once, and so I'll say just what needs to be said here, just the base stuff. Hearing the gods of men, they shall take a solemn oath to endure all future trials as one. Therefore, this binding of two souls, which is commended to be honourable amongst all, must not be entered into lightly, but with sincerity and reverence. If there's any person present who might show just causes to why this couple shall not be joined, let them speak now or forever hold their peace. And so, yeah, as you can see, she does say a lot. But we did want to take this opportunity to address our guests with a lot of things for Corinne to say. Because this was a ceremony of eternal bonding where we wanted to recognize a lot. Even Olivier mentioned himself, this one, that we both started in Gridania as Lancers. And if you've seen my Final Fantasy XIV Let's Play during the Remembrance Ceremony held by the Elder Seedseer, you'll understand how significant that was. Especially since we're both from Canada, and I live in Ontario, he lives in Quebec. We're also recognizing the fact that the person where we get the relic weapon from also was one who fought for love. So the Dragoons really have a lot of connections to love, more so than a person might imagine. I also meant to say and Lancers because they were also with us too. So I gave Olivier the opportunity to put out his vow. I'm happy to do this with you, Corinne, but it's not just a bond with you and me. We here are all bonded together by fate. I like that. That was very well said. And I pretty much had a similar thing to say myself, which is really cool. I really am impressed that he was thinking the same way I was. Yeah, let's give Corinne a chance to show off her big smile. And give Olivier a chance to return the favor. I really like that. And so now for Corinne's vow. In all the time I've been here in Eorzea, I have never... Yeah. In all the time I have been here in Eorzea, I have never met someone who is dedicated to the art of the Dragoon as you. As we take the eternal bond graced by our brothers and sisters, let our love for each other shine as brightly as the lights on our Dragoon armor. While none may deny the spiritual bond twixt hearts intertwined, the gods do ask that a symbol be offered, a token to serve as a tangible reminder of the promise made. Let us raise up these tokens of our couple's commitment that the 12 might pass judgment upon them. Olivier, like the path of the wanderer, some roads are more winding than they first appear, such as the road your ring has taken. And of this token, the 12 approve. Corinne, the scholar provides us with such knowledge as would allow us to bend the world to our will. You have used this knowledge to create a ring most wondrous. And of this token, the 12 approve. Though fraught with peril, the journey our couple embarked upon to see their rings blessed has brought them closer than they could ever imagine. Never will they forget the trials they overcame together. Never will they forget the bonds they forged. With this exchange, these two souls shall pledge themselves to one another, and in the eyes of the 12 be ever joined in one unbroken circle. Now, Olivier and Corinne, step forward and complete the rites of ring and cup. And so now, time for the traditional ring exchange. So now, since this ceremony is different from the Mughal ceremony, we're going to see that here, Corinne and Olivier will have the opportunity to toast to their glory of being eternally bound. I think what makes this one particularly significant is the fact that one of the moves that a dragoon can obtain in Heavensward is Blood of the Dragon, and so perhaps it is appropriate that through the wine that the two get to enjoy, that they get to acknowledge the blood of the dragon and the dragoon hearts that bring them together. Which is why I thought it was a good idea to have this one be used for the ceremony of eternal bonding between Corinne and Olivier. Now, they don't actually drink, unfortunately. We don't get to see that on camera. That happens off camera. I don't know why. But we were certainly happy to have had this opportunity to really show just how much symbolism there was in being a dragoon through everything that we did, through everything we encouraged our guests to do. And I'm definitely happy for that. By the power vested in me by the gods on high, I now pronounce you bonded for eternity. Now, dear friends, let us give the happy couple a warm round of applause. Please use your remaining time in the Ivory Chapel as you wish. Yeah, the fireworks were already going off when we encouraged our free company members and our friends to join us for the final part of the ceremony of eternal bonding. Fireworks were already going off, but it wasn't the only thing I wanted to have happen. We didn't just want the fireworks, we wanted something else too. To really make this a Dragoon-themed Ceremony of Eternal Bonding. We asked them to use Dragoon-themed moves to help us really illuminate the Ivory Chapel with the light of the Dragoons. And as you can see, everyone wasted no time once we put the word out. We wanted everyone to help us get involved, and we definitely wanted to make this a Dragoon-themed Eternal Bond. Yeah, I love this part. This is what really made it a true Dragoon theme. Using the Ring of Thorns ability to just light up the Ivory Chapel. This was so much fun. Just doing everything I could to take as many pictures as possible while we're all using Ring of Thorns was definitely worthwhile. Of course, also timing it as well to make sure you could get as many uses of Ring of Thorns on screen as possible. Trying to accomplish that was also a bit of a challenge in getting these shots. But it was definitely one I enjoyed. And as you can see by reading the text, those who were not Dragoons yet, or who had not at least reached level 46, which is where you get the Ring of Thorns ability, definitely were impressed by what they saw. Especially our newest member, Heronia Eve, who I talked to after the ceremony was over, and I asked, did seeing this give you the inspiration to become a Dragoon yourself? And hopefully it has done just that. I can't begin to tell you how many times I have been able to have people who I've run with be amazed at just what Dragoons can do. And certainly it has helped through Heavensward that the image of the Dragoon has certainly become much improved, unlike times during the early days of Realm Reborn when Dragoons were set often frowned upon, and it was not something people were encouraged to do. But yeah, someone said, "Where's the drinks?" So I provided that very thing. And then we proceeded to do another round of Ring of Thorns. So we decided, why not join in the fun and go again. This really was so much fun. You probably will never see this much fun taking place at a Ceremony of Eternal Bonding, ever. I just enjoyed this so much. In fact, some even used the back jump too. And so, once that was all completed, it was time for us to bring the Ceremony of Eternal Bonding to a close, because we really had a lot of fun making this a really enjoyable experience. And for Corinne and Olivier, I don't think there's any question that this was the ceremony of eternal bonding that they were looking for. Plead as we might, the Keeper stalls the hands of time for no soul. And so with this, we must bring today's ceremony to a close. We thank you one and all for accompanying us on these first steps of a fabulous new journey. A journey that will see Olivier and Corinne to places that they never imagined. May the 12 watch over them forever and always. And so, with this portion of the Ceremony of Eternal Bonding completed, it was time for Olivier and Corinne, just like Anika and Lief did the week earlier, and just like I had Edie and Sakura do a year before, to go on their merry way onto their honeymoon. So, yes, this really was the perfect eternal bond for me. I was always wondering if I ever had Corinne take the eternal bonding, could I encourage every one of our guests to come as dragoons and lancers? And as you can see, judging by the blue armor that they wore, the dragoon armor, they did indeed do just that. And we couldn't have been happier for them. And we couldn't, of course, have been happier for ourselves either. Yeah, the first two ceremonies of eternal bonding I had to take part in and got to participate in, I was the groom. But this time, I was playing the role of the bride. But no matter which side of the ceremony you're going to be on, you're happy to have had the experience and be able to, and of course if you paid for your ceremony of eternal bonding, you of course get to go out on the white chocobo. And so that's of course what happens, but it's not made official until you do one last thing, and it's not something that I showed off in Edie and Sakura's ceremony of eternal bonding, so I decided that I would make sure to include it here. So, after the bride and groom depart on their white chocobo, the quest that you go on to take the ceremony of eternal bonding has to be made complete. And so, with that, we went back to being adorned in our dragoon armor, as the two proud dragoons we are, and we have to go back to Clarabelle, the person who started us on our journey to take the ceremony of eternal bonding, to send us on our way to complete it. And though we are come to the end of our journey together, you and your beloved have already embarked upon a far greater one. The road before you stretches to the horizon and beyond. 'Twill not always be an easy one, and you may find yourself tested. But together you shall overcome any trials the gods set before you, for that which is eternal shall never be broken. Come calamity and rebirth, your bond shall endure, and ever shall you walk side by side. And like those who came before, your example shall serve as a shining beacon to others. May you and your beloved ever bask in the glory of the 12 and guide us to a brighter future, full of hope and love. As you can see, Olivier has his white chocobo out. And so, Olivier also gets his. And we even get a little chapel-themed victory music as well. So after going to summon the ceremony chocobo, we each had our own. So we'll show it off here. Raised by Ishgard's master breeders for beauty and purity of stock, its snow-white feathers are natural and, though fully developed, as soft as down. Temperament-wise, the bird is remarkably docile and one of the few breeds who will allow dual riders upon its back. And so, yeah, we each have our own, but of course we wanted to have the traditional departure, which is to have both of them riding together on the same chocobo. Night may have fallen, but for Olivier and Corinne, their light will definitely shine. So thank you very much everyone for watching this Ceremony of Eternal Bonding, and I look forward to seeing you for the next edition of the Tales of Eorzea vlog. So until next time everyone, this is Matthew with Navora Autism, saying take care, and I'll see you soon.